Hey everybody, what's up? So today I have a get ready with me video and I just got some new products from Morphe in the mail this morning. I got some palettes and some brushes and you guys requested like instantly, you were like, please do a get ready with me, do a tutorial, do something. So I was like, okay, I better bust open this palette. So for this look I have on my eyes today, I used the brand new Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. She collaborated with them and created this really awesome palette. So yeah, this is going to be available for pre-order on January 1st. From the Morphe site, so make sure you hop on there and pre-order it if you want to get this. I love this palette. I have to tell you guys, like, I'm gonna be using this for the whole new year. I'm so excited, and I've been a fan of Morphe brushes and shadows for a while now, so to get this package, like, I was just so excited, and you guys know, like, I'm just blown away. I got the red lips, I got lots of highlight, lots of blush, actually lots of everything. We kind of went all out today, so if you want to see how I did this look, please keep on watching. Also going in with a little bit of Smashbox Hydrating Primer, just on spots where I tend to get oily throughout the day. I want this makeup to be very long lasting, especially since it's going to be like an event, you know, New Year's Eve, you're going to be out all night, so I really want this makeup to last. Now I'm ready for foundation, and I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever HD Foundation. This is in the shade 110. This is one of their lighter shades, and it's my perfect match. I just love this stuff. Plus, it doesn't flash back in photos. I like to take a little bit on the back of my hand, like one pump, that's really all I need. And I just like to place it, I don't do anything too fancy, I just kind of place it where I feel like I want the most coverage. Of course, gotta cover those hormonal breakouts. And today I'm going to use this Morphe brush. This is their G1 brush. I haven't used this yet. It reminds me a lot of this one I have, the 439, which I talked about in my favorites video, which I love for buffing out foundation, but this one is, you know, quite smaller. It's actually like maybe half the size of this one, and I think it might be better for really getting into the nose area, so I'm just going to try this out today and see how I like it. Morphe just sent me a bunch of their brushes, and from the Gunmetal collection, which I haven't tried. I've only tried their regular brushes, which I purchased myself, but they sent me these ones to try, and I'm really excited because I'm a big fan of their regular brushes. So here's what my skin looks like after I buffed in that foundation, and we only used one pump, and I think it does a pretty good overall job at evening out redness. So I'm gonna go in with my Amazing Cosmetics concealer. This stuff is long wearing. It does not crack or crease on me. Plus, they make so many different shades, and mine is in the shade Ivory. This is a very, very pale, cool toned concealer, which is very hard to come by, even in high-end brands, and you only need a small amount for pretty much any area because of how pigmented this stuff is. So I just took one pump and kind of evenly spread it out underneath my eyes, and I'm just covering up those blemishes, just adding a little bit more concealer there. I really love this stuff though because it's just amazing, really. I mean, I know that's the name, but it really is. Now I'm just taking a little bit of MAC Prep and Prime in the shade Radiant Rose, and I'm just taking that small amount, seriously, just like one line on each side of my cheekbones, and I'm gonna blend this out with my beauty blender for some extra, a little bit of a glow to my skin. I don't want my whole foundation to look glowy, I just kind of want my cheeks to look nice and glowy, just because, I don't know, it's New Year's Eve, gotta have some glow and sparkle going on. So to set my concealer, I'm gonna take some of my Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. I just hit pan on it yesterday. I kind of freaked out because I've had this powder for months now and I never hit pan until now, so I'm like kind of in panic mode, but it's okay. I mean, I love this stuff. I use it more than my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish now, just because I feel like it adds a nice sheen to my skin. Okay, so now that we're done with powder, I'm gonna go in with some bronzer here. This is a matte finish bronzer. It's the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil, so it's a couple shades lighter than Original Chocolate Soleil, and I'm just taking an angled Sigma brush, and I just like to take a small amount of this, not much at all, because I don't want to warm up my skin tone. I just kind of want to add some like definition to my cheekbones and kind of make my face look a little slimmer. And then after that, I'm going to go in with some blush here. This is MAC Well Dressed. It's my most favorite MAC blush. This is like my holy grail MAC blush, just because I feel like it's the perfect pink. It's not too light, it's not too dark, and it is a little bit of a satin finish. So I'm going to add highlight, of course, later, but you know, it does have a nice highlighted kind of look. If you don't have any highlighter on hand, it already kind of adds a little bit of a shimmer look. So now it's time to highlight. I'm going to go in with my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors. These are powder highlights that are very, very pigmented. I mean, a little bit here goes a long, long way. This one, the lighter one, is in the shade Moonstone, and then this more golden one is in the shade Opal. So I just mixed the two colors together today. Usually I just pick one, but it's New Year's Eve, so we gotta go big. So I mixed them together, and I just barely, you guys saw, I just barely tapped my brush in the pan, and that's really all you need. Go on to brows. I'm using some dip brow pomade from ANastasia. This is in the shade Auburn, and I'm just going to use my regular Morphe brush to do this. This is the 409 brush. I just like to use this to outline my brow first, and then I go in and fill it in with powder. You don't have to do this step. I just really like it because it makes my brows look a little bit more crisp and a little more defined. Then I like to go in with my NYX Brow Cake Powder. This is also in the shade Auburn, and I've talked about this a lot. And I just use that to fill in the rest of my brow. And this is the NYX Brow Cake Powder. This little kit is awesome. It's like $6 at Ulta, Target, CVS. This thing is so cool. Alright, so now time for eyeshadow. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette. It is so nice. You get a lot of variety here. You have shimmer and matte shadows, like lots of nice neutral matte shadows. And I'm not surprised because Jaclyn Hill always has great taste in eyeshadows. So I'm going to start off with this light matte brown shadow, and I'm just taking this on my Sigma tapered brush. I really like this shadow. It's very easy to blend out, and it's really pigmented. Like, I barely took a tap of it in my brush and it's already coming off like really pigmented. And they're very similar to Makeup Geek shadows. I don't know if you guys have ever tried Makeup Geek, but if you have Makeup Geek and if you like Makeup Geek, you're gonna like the Morphe shadows. And now I'm gonna go into this warmer matte brown. This is definitely a couple shades deeper, and it looks a little bit warmer than this one. I'm just gonna blend that into the other shadow, and they're very easy to blend. So far, so good. I really have no trouble with them, and I really like those two colors put together. Like, honestly, if I was in a rush, I'd just add liner and lashes and call it a day. But since it's New Year's Eve, we're gonna go for something a little bit more special. Right here is Calling My Name. It kind of looks like a coppery brown with some red tones in it, and it looks very shimmery. So I'm just gonna take this on a flat shader brush from Sigma, just a little tiny bit of this. I really love the finish too. It's like a satin. It looked like it was gonna be a lot of fallout, but actually it's really easy to work with. It's really smooth and buttery, and it really is just, it reminds me a lot of Makeup Geek, I have to be honest. I really like this stuff. Very nice quality, and it's the same quality as my other Morphe shadows. The single shadows that I have and purchased with my own money, they are the same quality, so you're not getting anything inconsistent here. And to really warm up this look, I'm going to take this kind of orange peachy color on that same E40 brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to sweep this gently over those other matte shadows we placed earlier. And I'm also taking some of that light matte brown on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to sweep this underneath my lower lash line just for some soft definition. And then once again, I'm just using this Morphe brush to really blend out those edges here. And just so you know, this palette will be available for pre-order on January 1st, and I plan on doing like a couple looks with it and definitely a full review of swatches, but right now I want to use it a little bit more because this was my first time using it, and I do like to use brow products, you know, before I actually review them. So you can expect to see a review from me very, very soon, but for now, this is what you guys get. I really like it, and I do want to add some glitter because it is going to be New Year's Eve, so I thought the perfect pigment for this look would be Makeup Geek New Year's Eve pigment. They're really sparkly, they have lots of colors to choose from, but I thought New Year's Eve would be perfect for New Year's Eve, so that's what I'm going to use today. It's a beautiful gold pigment with lots of sparkle. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this Too Faced glitter glue, and I know this is a pigment, not glitter, but this stuff works amazingly well with Makeup Geek pigments, so that's why I'm using it today, because I want this look to be long lasting. So I'm just taking a little bit of that glitter glue here, and I'm going to place this all on my inner corners because that's where I want to place the Makeup Geek pigment. So be generous with it, make sure not to make a mess, and then I'm going to pop it on where I placed the glitter glue, and can you guys see it's just like perfectly sticking to the places where I put the glitter glue. And then I'm just going to slowly blend this out onto the rest of my eyelid space, just a little bit. Alright, and now for lips, I want to go with something that kind of has a matte finish. So I'm going to use this Bite Beauty Cashmere Lip Cream. These are so awesome because they're moisturizing, but they give you that really pretty satiny finish, and then they dry down to a complete matte finish, which is going to last you all night long. And I want to kind of perfect my lip shape, so I'm going to go in with my MAC Cherry Lip Liner. Okay, and now for the lip cream. As you can see, it has this flat doe foot applicator, and it's really nice for just filling in the lips. Alright, so there we go. That is the lip cream, and this is in the shade Rioja. I think it's a beautiful bright red. It's definitely something that I feel like would show up on any skin tone. It just makes your whole face kind of perk up, and I think red and gold is a really pretty combination. I know a lot of people are doing the red lips right now for the holidays, but I also think they're perfect for New Year's Eve. And then the last step here, I'm just going to set my makeup with some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I like to shake it up a bit, and then I spray it a couple times. And I just let it kind of soak in, and at first it might make your skin look a little dewy, but it just, once it sets, it is good for the night. So I hope you guys have a happy new year. I hope you guys had a great holiday with your family and your friends. That's probably what I'm going to be doing right now. I did pre-record a few videos to release as the, holidays pass over, because I'm going to have my family coming out to visit, and also I'm going to be going between my mom's and my dad's, and I'm going to be visiting like all my family, so it's going to be so much fun, and really I just love the holidays. So I hope you guys had a good, happy holiday and a happy new year, and as always, thank you so much for watching.